All right, let's begin. Hey, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our side of the table, presented to you by, Kofi Entertainment Universe. I am Jay Gervera. This is Robot, and this is my man, the Runaway Vagabond. You know what I mean? All Virgin Islands natives. Welcome to our side of the table, the podcast where we celebrate all things nerdy, from independent comics to anime and everything in between. We dive into the deep world of creative creators, artists, and fans who bring these stories to life. Whether we are diehard comic book fans or just embracing your inner geek, this is the place for you. So power up, tune in, and let's get into geek mode. All right. So let's begin, guys. How's everybody doing?
All right.
I'm doing all right for the
Uh,
most part.
Surviving the cold.
how's the weather? Snowing in
God,
Georgia. I'm like, yo, who? What?
I
This
think
is
it's
ridiculous. Like,
snowing
it's
Florida even.
no.
Yeah,
I heard some
Orlando
like
got snow too.
flurries, but it could be like North Florida. The
No,
part of.
even Orlando got snow.
Oh
Are
damn!
you
Never mind.
serious?
Yeah,
Like, are you serious, for real?
yeah.
Like
I got some
powder
people
or
down in
like
Orlando,
ice.
so they've been showing they got snow down there too.
Oh, the Lord coming. The Lord is coming. You might as well tell me it's snowing in St. Thomas.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll be in Orlando later.
Okay, okay. We got invited to, well, Kobe Entertainment Universe got invited to a science a science anime convention so we could have a table,
Yeah.
sell our comic books and t-shirts and stuff and our prints. Alright.
Okay.
Um, I think it'd be a good idea. I'm all about doing the vendors tables. Those are like dope,
Mhm.
super dope, super dope.
I always look into the artist alley, so yeah.
Man, listen, I be you guys vag every time we go to certain events. I need to see the artist alley. I need to see who got what. But then I realized, like the last one that me and Vag went to, they're just full of perverts, man. Like, come
Oh,
on.
that was Anime Week in Atlanta.
Yeah,
Oh,
So
so
Anime Weekend Atlanta.
that's pretty
that
much all the anime tofu. Okay, sounds about right.
yeah. So normally it depends what cons you go to. Um, Anime Week in Atlanta, they got a 18 up section, and then
Mm.
um, I think some other cons around the states do it, like Anime Matsuri in Texas. I think MegaCon, which I'll be at in 2 weeks in Orlando, has their own little thing like that. Other cons don't have that as much. Um, so it depends what cons you go to.
One thing I'll tell you about Vag Robot is that this man is a free man in every sense of the word. So when he say he going to wherever, he ain't got no job. He don't care.
Okay.
He don't care. He out and he go enjoy himself. He
Good
be
for him.
going hard, and I be sitting there low key jealous as hell. I'm like, yo, he just happy. He's a happy human being.
Let's just say I move differently. Everyone's trying to find expensive ways to like, get houses and stuff, and I'm like, well, if you do it this way, you don't have to work as hard.
Facts, facts, fact. He lives a very happy life. I cannot can't knock him for it. Sometimes I wonder why we're friends, but because he has his own podcast now, Robot, he got his own podcast now called "I Swear It's Not Hentai."
Well, it hasn't
Yeah, I
started
remember
yet.
him talking about it. Oh,
That'll be starting sometime in February.
okay.
Hmm.
I'll
I,
look
I
forward
just have
to
to
it.
upgrade my PC so I can host people and without any hiccups.
Why would you
Mm.
go with a name like "I Swear It's Not Hentai"?
It's an inside joke. Um, all started with
Is it now?
Yeah, it all started with a show that I was trying to describe to people called Mysterious Girlfriend X. And if you can get past the premise, it's actually a wholesome anime and manga series. I highly recommend it.
I remember somebody said that to me about Showbiz. Uh, I couldn't get past the first episode personally. It just got interesting really early on. And I was like, maybe I'm too young for this at this time. This is a while ago, but
She said, "I'm too young for this." Speaking of animes, the new Castlevania is out.
yeah, I remember
Castlevania
seeing
Nocturne.
those Netflix saying that they had a new season, and I was just like, new season, or is it just like they're calling the recent season the new season? But if it's a new season, I'm looking forward to it then.
I've always been a fan of Konami because they always had unique perspectives. Like they didn't go with just superhero concepts. They had Metal Gear. They had what's the name of that one? Yu-Gi-Oh! Old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Was a part of them. And then they had Zone of Enders, which I thought was dope, super dope. And Castlevania. Castlevania is a very, very unique perspective on different things. And yeah, I'm gonna give a rating about it the second I get a chance to once I finish watching the entire episodes.
Alright.
Who's watching what now?
Um,
Um,
I haven't been watching anything new recently. I was
Oh,
rewatching
that's
Blood
lame.
Plus. Well, I was rewatching Blood Plus. The
um,
last thing new I was watching was Plus Size Elf.
Oh my God. Why do I know what that is?
So, um,
For
I
those who don't know, plus eyes, okay, for the audience who's eventually going to see this episode, plus size L is it's
hold on,
hentai. It's hentai.
it
It is
it's
hentai.
it's not hentai. So,
It's
it's
hentai.
etchy. It's etchy, and
love it.
basically what it is it's a reverse isekai where an elf from another world gets into our world in Japan, and she eats
Of
fast food
course,
for the
it's
first
Japan.
time, and
Hmm.
she falls in love with French fries, hamburgers, everything. Her favorite food is anything fried potatoes, so she ends up getting fat. Turns out
Hmm.
she can't go back to her world unless she's the same weight she came into our world in. So
Okay.
Hmm.
she hires this guy that works at like a Japanese like massage slash workout place.
Hmm.
So the main
Hmm. You see
character
where it's going, robot? Hold on,
he
robot, robot. You see? Do you see where it's going already?
yeah,
Hey,
so the
let
main
him
character
talk.
he helps her lose weight, does everything he can, and then she's eventually able to go back to her world. Next couple of days
Okay.
Hmm.
later, he goes to get some fast food himself. And what's he see? The elf was back. She came back to our world and's like, "Oh, I'm fat again. I need your help again." So
Okay.
him, well, so with her and then some other elves start coming in, some dark elves and stuff. There is nudity in there. It's not hentai
Hmm.
since there's no actual sex in there or whatever, but
Hmm.
they do show almost everything for the female body of these plus size elves, and but it's absolutely hilarious
Um.
and it's funny.
You. Why? Why are we friends? Hold on for a second. That is a very important question. Vag, how are we friends?
I guess it was a Metal Gear ringtone.
Yeah, it was a, yeah, you're right. It was a Metal Gear ringtone. Metal Gear. Yeah. I'm not sorry. I'll never apologize for being a fan of Metal Gear. Olu
Hmm.
was it was inspired by Metal Gear. Olu the Punished Fox inspired by Metal Gear.
Hmm,
Um,
okay.
for the record, before before I forget, so we're working on a new comic coming out at the end of the summer, and it's called The U.S. Ninja, which is based off of my roommate, Damien. Shout out to him. Uh, he has been beneficial to the Kobe Entertainment universe, and I mean, so I wrote a whole comic series about him, and he's like a mechanized Sun Wukong. Y'all know who Sun Wukong is, right?
Yeah, I know it's a Monkey King.
Yes.
Okay. Did you say yes because of what she just said, or you actually already knew?
No, I know. If you're familiar with Journey into the West, then you should know about this.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Okay, I'm about to say okay. That's a valid answer. A valid answer. If you know what Journey to the West is, you should know what this is. Anyway, um, what else could we talk about? Uh, so anybody interested in seeing Brave New World by Captain America, the new Captain America movie?
No.
Not really.
Harrison
I
Ford is
don't
a
know.
Harrison Ford is the Red Hulk.
Okay. I don't know if you want my answer why I'm not going to see it.
Listen, there's a reason why you're here. Your opinion is going to get views. Please talk.
Okay. One, I hate race swaps. The Falcon should have stayed as the Falcon as his own unique character. He's not Steve
Mhm.
Rogers, and so it in the comics that series didn't do good. They had to bring Steve Rogers back, and well, basically they had to revive Steve Rogers because no one wanted Black Captain America. So, and including me. So that's how come I'm not going to go watch it.
Well, I'm just
He was
tired of
already his
Marvel.
own unique
I can't keep
superhero,
track of everything
and
at this point.
um, and I don't know, like just keep him as the Falcon. Like we don't need a black version of this. We get hand-me-down characters from white characters because for whatever reason, black characters are not validated enough on their own. They have to like get the sloppy seconds of white characters in comics, and I hate that.
Mm.
Okay, robot.
I mean,
Do
as
you
I
second
said,
that?
I mean, I agree with that as well to a degree, for sure. Because there's a lot of like remakes that are just like, let me just make the character black, and then everybody gets upset. Not that I'm not saying characters like remakes can't have like black characters in it. It would just be really cool if they like made more original stuff with black
Hmm.
characters as the main character instead
So
of
you mean
like
like
just repainting over an existing character and being like, there you go, there's your representation.
so you're saying like from the start? So like we're talking like guys like Blade or Cyborg instead of starting off
Yeah,
with a Superman who's clearly Caucasian and then coming out with a black Superman who you know what I
Yeah,
mean who
I mean, like a
okay.
black Superman is fine, but it's not interesting or new or different, and it's just gonna piss off kind of everybody at some point because white people are gonna be like, "Well, that's our Superman," and the black people are gonna be like, "Ah, well, I was hoping for like an own original thing." I don't know. Luke Cage is
Uh,
kind of
well, I'll
cool.
say it like this: the most memorable characters have a origin story that everyone can fall in love with. It doesn't matter what race you are or whatever. Like one of my favorite characters is Batman. I'm not a rich white billionaire. None of us are. But his morals stand on his own, and he's his own unique character, and anyone can get in behind that story. You know,
right.
and
So it's
when
a matter of the writing.
even it's not just the writing, because when comics originally came out, they were just like how why
Yes.
manga is successful right now. If you want to know the origin of you want to know the origin of One Piece, you go read issue number one, and there's no like five different versions of One Piece. You just One Piece, you volume one, volume two, volume three. You just read them in order. The more you get, and this also ties to multiverses. I don't like multiverses. I want a one
Yeah, I knew that.
consistent.
I knew that was. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, I want one concise story, and like it's what it should have been is like, hey, I saw an X-Men the animated series. Where should I start from the comics? And then you should be able to direct that person to issue number 1 of X-Men, not issue number 245 of this and this. It should be one cohesive story. And that's why manga is successful. There's no 5 different versions of Loopy from One Piece or whatever. I mean, I don't even watch One Piece. I'm just using that as an example. But
I'm about to say, like,
um
bro,
it's one cohesive story that anyone can get into. Having all these different versions and stuff, it's like, oh well, technically Batman does kill, and this if you read these issues here, no, like stop doing that. It's lazy
I mean,
writing.
it's different writers. It's not even so much about lazy writing. It's different writers because
Well,
here's the thing: if what you're saying is correct, you're talking about um we're starting from Batman 1938, right? Eventually, it has to get revamped. Eventually, new perspectives are going to come.
I disagree.
Eventually, new characters are
No,
going to come. It's going to happen.
no, it doesn't have to happen like that. That's why manga is outselling comics right now, because you have one cohesive story for one main storyline. If there's going
Hmm.
to be another writer, they usually have a bible for the series. So as
Hmm.
long as even if you have a different writer, as long as it fits in the world bible of whatever series it is, they can write new characters, but they're not changing. Like, I'm gonna use One Piece again. They're not gonna change Luffy to be okay. All of a sudden, there's a black Luffy because and then all of a sudden there's a Luffy from Universe 223, where actually he doesn't have the stretching powers. He's just a normal person. Like, you don't get any of that. You just get one cohesive story and easy to follow. Anyone, even right now, someone wants to go, hey, I want to get into One Piece. Where do I start? You start volume 1 or episode 1. There's no, oh, well, actually, if you want this timeline of Loopy, you go read One Piece Alternative Edition, volume
Hmm.
365 or whatever. No, you just start at 1 or whatever. If you want a different series, you go read a different series. And the problem with comics, especially if you're part of it is collecting it as well too. So if you want to like if you want to do get into the story of a one thing, it makes it hard for anyone to get in from the outside unless you're already in the first place. And
Hmm.
like I said, Marvel and DC has gone bankrupt and sold off so many times, and the only way to stop that is to be cohesive, have cohesive storylines, stop the multiverse nonsense, and so then there's not different versions and alternative versions of different characters. Some stories might be cool, I get that, but if you want a sustainable audience, it's better to be consistent and write good stories that way. You can still add new characters. You're just not messing and changing the original characters or their origin stories or whatever.
You know, it's a good point that you're making with that. The only other company that if DC and Marvel are in the race to be number one, there's a third company that has been consistent and has been around just as long as them, and that's Capcom. Capcom doesn't do multiverse; they just do stories. Like I bought a Street Fighter Masters book the other day.
Yeah.
Ryu's old. Ryu's old. He isn't a young boy. He got full beard. He's using different tactics. Akuma got more hair. He got old. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there isn't like they don't have a multiverse. If you see anything with a Ryu that's clearly not from the original timeline, it's because it's a different company that made the Ryu. So I get what you're saying. Consistency. I
See,
get it.
the multiverse is a brand new thing that started kind of in the 80s and 90s.
Hmm.
But a lot of fans, we see this time and time again. When Miles Morales came out, no one we want Peter Parker as Spider-Man. We don't want anyone else to be Spider-Man. Miles Morales series tanked, whatever, until the movie came out. Then people who didn't read Peter Parker comics, they liked Miles Morales because of the movie, but the comics still didn't do good. To keep
I
this
mean,
industry,
I liked them before them. I liked them before the comics came out. That's
yeah,
not,
but
and that's
the
the truth.
majority of the people didn't want that. That's like, yeah, there's a select few who like that, but the thing is, not most people, they want to read the superhero as their own character. The problem with Miles Morales, he not only does he have Peter Parker's villains and not his own, his everything is just a rehash of original Peter Parker stories. It becomes lazy where, oh well, now everyone gets spider powers. There's already a Peter Parker version of that same story, you know. And there's a lot of other examples I can use. Is just there's a reason why the sales are not as good as when it's an actual Peter Parker story.
Okay, robot.
As I said, as far as just like looking forward to most Marvel movies go, I'm just kind of tired of the multiverse stuff. And having to like watch other shows and other content to know what's going on in this one reference in the movie. Uh,
Mm.
so I mean, if somebody took me there, I would still watch it, but like I usually don't like jump into like Marvel movies as enthusiastically as I used to. There's so much of that stuff.
Hey, listen, they here's how I look at it.
Mm.
They found a way to cater to generations to come. You see what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be classic. I mean, I really can't complain too much because I like seeing certain things that I've always wanted to see come to life. You see what I'm saying? Like I've always wanted to see Batman versus Superman. I always wanted to see that fight in the movie theater. That would have been dope. Then we actually got it. I never thought in a million years they'd pick Harrison Ford, one of the oldest actors in the game, to be the Red Hulk. Like, come on. And the thing is, you know who I feel changed the game, and this is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. It's not right. It's just an opinion. Heath Ledger. He was the first actor to get an Oscar for a superhero character. Come
Yeah,
on.
see, I don't care about Oscars or whatever. I just want like me, I prefer consistency.
Okay.
Like, I'm not saying movies and TV shows have to be exactly like the comic, but like I don't want to see
It
changes in the
helps
characters.
though.
Well, I'm saying I don't know. I think I don't want to see changes in like the characters' behaviors and stuff like that. Um, like
Mm.
for instance, Iceman. If you know Iceman from the comics, that dude was a fucking playboy, and
Yeah.
then you get then we were to modernize Iceman for the modern audiences. Now he's a flaming homosexual for no reason, and
Yeah.
the sales tanked because you're just changing the character. Just the Instead of writing a good story, you're trying to like check a box. And I don't mind gay characters. Look at Volgan and Metal Gear. No one complained about him.
True.
Hawkeye was blind and did like sign language, and that was pretty cool. And they didn't put that in the movie. Uh,
Yeah. You're right. You're right. I can see where you're coming from. There's nothing wrong with that. I I wish Edward Norton stayed as the Hulk. I really do. Because that was the best one.
Yeah, I
Because
haven't been
again,
watching any of the Marvel movies. Because me personally, there's something that always bugs me about them. So I just like, all right, I'll just stick to the comics or whatever. That's just me.
Well, I'm interested in seeing the new Superman movie. The thing is, it has a very classic look to it. The guy does look a lot like Henry Cavill. Um, to see Mr. Terrific would be pretty dope. Um, what I don't like from the previews already is crypto. Like, really?
Super
I don't have a
dog.
problem with crypto. Like they could have
I
picked any
don't
white
either.
dog.
I was actually excited that Crypto was there. I'm just like, he's got a buddy! But I like dogs in movies, so,
He's like, he's got a buddy. Well, I mean, he
No,
could have been a different breed though. He looked like he's something that came after. He looked like a 4 o'clock afternoon special. I'm like, yo, he could
uh,
have been a different breed.
I'm fine with crypto. I didn't mind it. I mean, they could have got like some white retriever or something like that. But other than that, I'm fine with it.
Anyway,
That's
I
inaccurate,
personally feel
unfortunately. I don't have any strong
I
feelings about how the dog looks.
you're just an animal lover.
Yes.
But speaking
And
of
the thing is,
animals,
uh-huh.
there's a anime manga series coming out. Well, there's already a manga, but it's going to be Night of the Living Cat. So it
I'm sorry. What is the name? Say the name one more time.
Night of the Living Cat. So kind of like Night of the Living Dead. So it's like
Yes,
a
I
zombie.
no, I get the reference. I get the reference. It's just people need to come up with better titles.
Well, it's basically in a world where all the cats turn into zombies and start killing and mauling people and stuff. I'm interested in that series.
When's that coming out? And is
And
it book form?
There's already a book. I think they're making it's either a movie or anime, and I think it comes out in like March or April.
And is it based on a manga or a novella? Because there's been a lot of like anime coming out based on
No,
novellas
it's a
lately.
manga series.
Okay.
I
Sorry,
I don't
proceed.
know.
okay,
Yeah, because I know there's a bunch of anime movies coming out so this year as well too.
okay. I'm about to say yeah. More than likely, it'll probably come up on Crunchyroll or Netflix. But Night of the Living Cat. Are you serious? Like did
Yeah,
anybody even try to come up with a different name?
the the
Like
the
Oh
pictures
wow.
look good. I'm interested in it.
At a certain point, I've stopped judging like anime titles because there's so
Oh
many of
well,
them are
Crunchyroll came out with
weird.
a trailer last month.
They sound like freaking Most of them sound like Fallout Boy song titles.
thank you, thank you, thank you. It was the 4th of July. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro.
I woke up in another world as a vending machine. I woke up in a
There you
what
go.
was it? Thomas Spider. So what? That's another one.
There was I was at MomoCon. Someone cosplayed as the vending machine.
Okay.
Somebody
Sure.
did what?
Yeah, they cosplayed
Okay.
as the vending machine from uh
How
back in
big
another
was
world as a
it?
vending
How
machine.
did it? Was it like a big, like realistic-ish size vending machine, or did they just
Yeah,
wear
well, they
cardboard
made it out of
box?
cardboard, so I think they printed a bunch of paper to
Garbage.
make the actual anime look to it.
Hmm.
It was not that bad though.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay. Other anime that I've been watching is called Tower of God, and it started out a little chaotic, and I felt really bad for the lead character. But so far, I'm on season 2 now. I can't remember what episode I'm on, but it's actually been pretty dope. It's been pretty dope. It's a joint venture by Webtoon and Crunchyroll. And it's a pretty good anime so far. There's a lot of
Is it
Yeah,
based on a
lots of
manga?
twists and turns.
Okay.
yeah.
Huh?
There was a
Well, I was
magical
wondering
schoolgirl anime I was going to
if
get
it was
into this past
Korean
year.
or if it was Japanese, because a lot of webtoon
Is
stuff has been like Korean lately.
I think it's no, I think you're right. I think it is Korean because I do
They both
remember
have like a
seeing
look
some
to them.
I know Solo Leveling is a
Korean
Korean.
kanji. Solo leveling is in Korean.
Well, so it
That
was
sounds
a
about right.
Korean like web
It's a
series or
Korean.
something
It's a
like that,
manhwa. Yeah, webtoons.
but they're having a Japanese studio animate it
Right. That's
for the
crazy.
anime.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
Um.
Anime, I think. Oh,
Oh,
you're still listening to anime. My bad.
before I forget, letting everybody know we're going to be launching the Kickstarter for the TV show Heart Shaped Panels. So please be on the lookout for that. We will be putting the link to contribute in the comments and in the bio. So letting everybody know that. Um, but how many Korean animes you think made it to Crunchyroll?
I
Because
mean, I don't pay enough attention to Crunchyroll to see what their roster is, but I know King of High School was also Korean.
okay,
Yeah, I
I mean
haven't.
you could definitely tell by the art style. Yeah, that's Korean.
All the shows I wanted to watch last year, I didn't focus on watching them because I had other stuff to do. But I am,
Sounds like an adult.
yeah, but I am gonna be moving forward to watching a lot more stuff. So, I know last October, um, Sword Online Alternative Season 2 came out. I wanted to watch that. Very
Mm,
basically, it's Sword Online in the Gun Gale universe without Kirito. Is about this tall
hmm
girl. She finds this short a character to pick at random where basically she uses a P90 and kills a bunch of people and stuff. It's really good. Um,
And then see how you rushed past that just to say it was really good. Like,
no,
no, bro, you're not gonna skip past that.
no, it's a she calls her P90 to Peachon, and then and she's real short, so all the other characters have a hard time shooting her or whatever. There's a psycho girl that kind of uses like a lightsaber kind of thing. Well, in their universe, what a lightsaber is. And
All right. Well, yeah.
but I highly recommend it if you haven't seen season one. Check it out. Um,
Okay.
yeah. Then there was another series that came out last year I wanted to watch, which is um, I think Behelvaland or something or in the name, but it's basically a magical schoolgirl where this nerdy girl becomes a magical schoolgirl, but an evil witch version. And
hmm
um, she
She
doesn't like
becomes
to
a
kill.
rival of her favorite um, magical schoolgirl hero. Is that what it is?
Well, if you're familiar with like Mendoka, Magica, and stuff like that, it's similar except she's evil, and instead of killing the other girls, she likes to get pleasure and like rip their clothes off and like caress them with like tentacled black roses and stuff like that or whatever. And
Again,
it's
why are we friends? Why are
it's
we
not
friends?
hentai, but it is kind of etchy, and so she's kind
hmm
of like sadistic or whatever. I had that one I wanted to watch as well too. I missed it last year, so I'll probably binge watch it.
At one point in time, me and Vag were sharing the same Crunchyroll account, and I saw things that I was questioning. I'm like, why am I friends with this guy?
Yeah,
I
like
love this. Listen, don't get it twisted. I love this guy to death. I will do anything for him. But his taste in anime is like, yo, bro, really? How is your brain not melting?
no, like before Crunchyroll took it off, they had movies on there too from Japan,
Mm.
and
Oh
I had
yeah, they
them
had
like
plenty of movies.
yeah. Well,
They
one of
had
them they took off was when Sony bought it was Zombie Ass Toilet of the Dead.
see what I'm talking about, robot? What kind of name is that? What kind of
So
name is that?
It's
It's
about
amazing.
the world where like the girl kind of has like diarrhea and there's like zombies coming out of the toilet and stuff or whatever. And yeah, it's a movie. It's a really good movie.
Okay.
See, now I'm not just judging you. I'm judging the writers and whoever was smoking to put that into effect. Like what?
Well, I am a degenerate of some sort, so I
You
watch
think
all kinds of
so?
stuff. Yeah, and right now we're in the middle of a war on Twitter right now on the Goomergate or whatever.
Right.
So, like, I guess
I
for
don't.
anime, I
Good,
guess I
robot. Please,
watched some
please,
anime
please.
wars lately. So I don't. I think it was released last year, but well, last year's in like 23. But I think I recently finished season 1 of 2 of Kakegurumi, which is an anime about gambling. Uh,
Ooh, text me that one. I want to
all
go check that out.
Sure, like all the it's in high school. All the kids are like politicians, so they don't really care about grades. So they just like let me just write it down so I remember to send it to you. Hold on. Let's see.
I'm about to say you
It's
could
on
text. Just
Netflix.
text it to your boy. It's on Netflix right now.
Uh,
Wait a minute. Is that say the name of it again?
Kakegurui.
Oh yeah, that's the girl. I remember that. All the schools gamble, and then there was one school in particular that was really crazy. The entire building was like a maze, like a very clever maze. And then the girl jumped out, and it turned out to be soft cushion on the ground type of stuff. It was really, really good. I like that one.
Yeah. So yeah, I recently finished up that one. I've been vaguely keeping up with Dandaran, which is etchy, but I guess itchy enough. I haven't watched it lately to make any further judgments, but that's also on Netflix. I realize. Um, Chained Soldier was pretty cool. I don't know how to explain that one, but it's probably one of those that is like sounds like a hentai, but is not a hentai because dude basically turns into a weapon on command of like a particular kind of like major, so usually like women, and
Hmm.
depending on like how hard he's fought or what tasks they made them do and how arduous they are, it fulfills uh fulfills a desire of his. So
Mm.
that can range from hugging to being choked by the girl who used him as a weapon at some point. Uh, I find it pretty fun. That's up to you guys.
Oh,
Yeah, I
uh,
heard
we'll
of
check
it.
it out. We'll check it out.
I heard of it.
that was a fun time. Um, if you
Okay.
want something that's like kind of trashy, God in a godless world, um, I gotta say the English names because the Japanese names kind of just over people's head. But like, it's a it's a comedy and it's an etchy,
Okay.
and dude ends up in another world and he summons a god that his cult believed in into that world and starts just like introducing like new things to like a very uh rural village to the point that they go from like farming to like having farm equipment and technology and guns
Mm.
and shit.
I I'm a fan of the Fate series.
Mm.
But there was one that I came across by mistake, and I ended up liking it. It's called Glass of God, I believe, or something. Bartenders, the Glass of God, or something like that. And it actually turned out to be pretty dope. Pretty dope.
Is it about
Actually,
like
very inspiring.
wine tasting? I remember there was an anime about like a like special wine or something like that.
Not wine tasting per se, but there was this guy who young kid, really wise, and he worked at this bar called Eden Hall. And spoiler alert for those who are interested in it, we this is what we do. We chop up about animes that we like. Um, he wanted to give the perfect drink at the perfect time to whatever person needed it. So he would study the person the second they walk in the door, let the person tell their story if they choose to talk at all. And he would make a perfect drink for the person in their exact moment of whatever issue that they're going through. And I thought it was awesome. I thought it was really, really good. In fact, hold on, let me see if I can find the name of it
Hmm.
again.
Is it called Nectar of the Gods?
No, not Nectar of the Gods. Glass of God anime, I think. I'm not sure. Bartender, the glass of, yeah, it's called Bartender. Yeah, I know I had it right the
Hmm.
first time. Bartender, Glass of God, and it's actually the even the marketing, the promotions for it were pretty good because it would have the bartender a well sketched background of the bar, right? And then he would be in the motion of making the drink, and then it would have the recipe of the drink right there. I said that's brilliant marketing. You know what I mean? That's very practical. It's a good story. I would recommend that to anybody.
Japanese always have really fun marketing, to be honest. Sometimes it's way out there, but other times I'm just like, oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah, like sometimes like, yo, that is practical. That is genius. Like, so yeah, I recommend that. I mean, it's Vag, I'd like for you to watch it, for you to, get your mind back together, bro. Just get your mind back together.
Well, I got a lot of things to watch, but yeah, then because I think there's some other movies. I know there's a One Piece thing coming out this year. Um,
There's a One
I
Piece movie coming out this year.
I don't know. There's something. I'm sure there's something coming out. I know there's gonna be a Black Clover movie or show coming. Black Clover. I know they're talking about Black Clover
Ooh,
season 2. Um,
right.
but there should be a Black Clover movie. There's a Paula Madoka movie coming out towards the end of the year.
All right.
I had to look at there was a list I saw where I saw all the different anime movies coming out this year. And that's where I also
Okay.
seen Night of the Living Cat, and then and then let's see, I forget what there was some other ones as well too.
Hold on. I want to see. Well, I gotta get a better handle on how to operate this because I want to be able to put up clips and pictures so everybody can see. I mean, we have to grow, but
Oh,
we'll get
well,
there
what
in
you do,
time.
you have to hit present on your you said a little present thing. So if you had another monitor or screen, you can have that open to YouTube or something and hit present and show whatever you want to show.
Right, right, right. I feel you. All right.
Or your
Well,
guest can have something open and on the side, and then they can open something, and then you would okay it when you hit present.
well, pull up Glass of God then. If you got dual monitors or no?
I do, but I don't know. It might be kind of slow if my computer can't handle it. So bear with me for a moment.
All right. We'll give him a second to get his bearings. For everyone, this is literally our first episode, and we're winging it, and we're gonna be natural. We're gonna be talking to each other because we're all cool. So yeah,
What's
it'll
the
grow in
website?
time.
What's
It's
the
called
website?
Google. It's called Google. Just
Oh, but what do
Google
you want me to look up?
bartender Glass of God.
Bing it.
You were trying to find a video of it.
No, not a video, just one of the ads that they had for it, just to show the
Oh
practicality and the
yeah.
genius of the marketing. Like, and then the second you see it, the second you put it up, I'll be able to do what I need to do. I said, look at me, I look like Wolverine. Can't wait to get a haircut.
Okay, bear with me for a moment.
Take your time. This is probably going to be the most natural show. I swear. We're going to be like the group that don't give a damn but still hot. You know what I mean? I'd like to take the time to tell y'all both that I appreciate y'all because y'all ain't have to do this. And we here, we here. Me and Renice, we go back about what, 15 years now.
Isn't it? I don't know what time is anymore. You're probably right. I just have gotten bad at keeping track of the years.
I feel you. I feel you. Like it was like, I think it's roughly about 15 years. Cause we're in 2025 now. Can you all believe that?
No.
All right. So where do I go, Vag? Vagabondo. Yo, light skin.
Sorry, you're freezing on my end. So just let me know when to hit play.
Hit play.
You have it presented up?
Yeah, I'm looking for
you
it.
need to okay. No, I have it ready. You just have to bring it to stage. Kind of like you're bringing me to stage when I'm saying, "Oh, I'm here."
Okay, so do I go to guests? Yeah, it's in it's in guests.
No,
All right.
so you know where you see guests, you should. Yeah, so you should bring it to stage or something similar.
Bring it to stage. I'm looking for it now. I don't see anything.
It should be right next to me, in the bottom in your show or whatever.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to guests, and it says it's right. There's something right next to you that says, yeah.
Click on that
Add to stage.
and then bring the stage.
Yeah, and then exit out of that.
So
press play.
I'll keep it low so we don't get copyright struck.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
絶対にお客様を裏切ってはいけない仕事が2つあります。一つは医師、薬剤師。もう一つは
Genius.
And then we'll probably just talk around it too so we don't get hit.
Yeah. Now you see they talk about Eden Hall. Look at that design. And you look at him, young boy, that's the lead character right there. And like the name of the drinks and everything like that. And I just love how they grasp the concept of it, like even down to the whole everybody's individual story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every type of person comes to the bar.
Well, I do love alcohol.
The business.
So
trust me, I know that. But it has a much more poetic situation other than just being drunk. This is a story of a bartender that soothes the customers. It's really, really good. Hey.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Look, I like that.
I bet you there's some YouTube channels showing how to make the drinks.
All right. So now that I'm even going to say this while we're recording, Vag, that's your job from now on. When we got a clip that we want to bring up, you bring it up. And we'll talk about it.
All right. Well, like I said, we have to. I do plan to upgrade my computer. Hopefully, at sometime at the beginning of February.
Hey,
I do have a desktop, but like my situation is a little impromptu.
All right.
Yeah, I need to do it anyway so I can build for my podcast.
Okay. Hold on for 1 second. Trying to write something real quick. And how about this? So we'll for the next episode that we'll do, we're gonna have a guest, right? And that's gonna
Yeah.
be pretty dope. I'll talk to you everybody about it. And we're going to, build questions around them. Um, Vag, your guys are still interested in being on the show from Anime Week Atlanta, the wrestlers. Did we freeze again? Vag, yo, light skin,
It was
vagabundo.
freezing.
Did he freeze?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
froze.
yeah.
Yeah, so basically it said they said they did ask like a couple weeks ago. Um and if you still want them to come on, they said, and I said yeah. So just let them know whenever we're ready.
All right, cool.
Actually,
That's
I'll
fine.
probably see them
Uh,
down. I'll see them in Orlando anyway.
okay, cool, cool, cool. And we'll just all just see what our schedules are looking like so we can have them there. We are pretty much almost done. We got like what, 8 minutes left. Um, so yeah, I think this is gonna be dope. Let's fill it with more content. I actually just took a picture of all of us here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post it on Instagram and post it on YouTube, and yeah, let's see what we can shake. But I think this is gonna be pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So anything you guys are also doing later this week or streaming or anything like that?
I'm going to check out Castlevania. I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm watching She-Hulk right now, and it's actually pretty interesting. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, is actually
Oh
really good.
no, I ain't gonna watch that. I think that show's trash from what I've seen.
If you're not gonna watch it, how can you say that it's trash?
Her tweaking or twerking with Megan the mayor. I'm not gonna say stallion, but
Whoa!
well, a
He's
mare is
like
a female horse. I don't know why she chose stallion. I'm just saying. So
because it's a
Megan the
easier word
mare,
for everybody.
a stallion is a male horse. So I'm gonna call her Megan
Okay.
the mare. Um, that the
Again,
whole
why are we friends? Why
then
are we friends?
the Hulk
You are
doing
awful
like
person.
yoga and wearing a turtleneck sweater and stuff. Like that's not the Hulk.
He was doing.
Like and then
Listen, no, okay. Now I got to stop you. He was doing your yoga stuff in the Hulk movie, the last Hulk movie with Edward Norton. He was doing the yoga stuff to calm himself down. It was for a
yeah,
reason. He was trying to save lives. Smart Hulk wears the turtleneck. That I can get behind you.
I don't know.
But like, come on.
The scene gets pretty bad. Like from what I seen, and then um, but yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna say it. The whole where she's like, well, I don't know. I'm not gonna spoil it 'cause you haven't watched it yet, right? Or did you just start it?
No, I haven't. No, I'm at the episode right before Daredevil.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of which, I want to see Daredevil Born Again. That's gonna be dope.
Okay. I'll say my opinions after you finish the show.
Robot, are you watching anything? Are you gonna be watching anything? Because this guy right here is here to. He's designed to crush my dreams. Please uplift me.
I'm currently watching Great Pretenders, which is about a Japanese dude who gets dragged to America, a Japanese con artist who gets dragged to America to con people.
Okay, that sounds interesting. I am going to watch that. Just text me the name, and I will. Is it on Netflix, Crunchyroll?
Netflix.
Where's it on?
Netflix.
Okay.
Landed on Netflix.
I will go watch it. I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm not going to let this young man in the box below us hurt my feelings or crush my dreams anymore. Like, bro, really? Who raised you, man?
No, just the whole like I can go on and on about that female Hulk show, but yeah.
I know that. I know
Like
that.
I know I've been complaining about Skeleton Crew. That show sucks too.
I never heard of it. What is it about?
Yeah, Star Wars: The Skeleton Crew.
Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Can you pull it up?
Okay. Hold
I
on.
don't even remember
I might
it
freeze
mentioned
again.
in
But
passing, but I don't remember.
basically, okay, it's only Star Wars in name. It doesn't feel like a Star Wars show. Why am I looking at Dumbo the elephant in a Star Wars show in the first place? And it's basically they're trying to do. It's basically Goonies in space, but not as good as the Goonies. And it would have been.
Goonies.
I guarantee they would have had a better viewership if they did not put Star Wars in there because they start out in like a school on like 1 to Earth. Like, so you watch this, it's like this doesn't feel like Star Wars. Like who's this show for? And like and then I mean it's not as good as the Goonies, and so it's like, well, this show just
Nothing.
sucks.
Nothing will ever be as good as the Goonies. Nothing will be as good
Yeah.
as the Goonies.
So
Nothing.
let me see if I
Nothing.
can pull up the trailer. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, he's this guy. Let's let me know when you got it so I can pull it up. I swear, like how we. You know what? He's probably just an acquaintance to you at this point, Robot. You're like,
Probably
yeah,
is.
this guy. He's just your co-host at this point.
Let's see
You're
how
like,
this
yeah,
goes.
this like this guy right here. I'm gonna pray for him. Oh my goodness. Anyway, he's back,
I
and
might
I'm pretty
freeze
sure
a
it's
little bit.
probably.
This is the
Uh, just let me know
it's
so
the
I can press
trailer.
the button.
Same thing. You're gonna have to bring it to stage.
Yeah, I'm pressing it
Okay.
now.
It's ready for you. All right.
At the stage. All
Okay.
right, you talk over it. Tell us what's going on. Press play. Oh yeah, you did press play. Okay.
So I seen the first 3 episodes.
All right.
Yeah. So I seen the first 3 episodes.
Uh huh. It's a Lucas
Um,
film.
Allegedly, it's Star
and you're gonna
Wars
see
in
there.
name.
Okay.
Live on the ground.
Okay. I don't know. Am I freezing?
Yeah, you are a
Occasionally,
little bit. That's why. Yeah, that's why
Yeah.
we're helping you talk over it.
okay, I see the weird
That's
elephant
why.
thing you're talking about. There he is.
Oh yeah, there he is. There he is. And it looks like the bar. Yeah, and it looks like the same bar from Star Wars.
You remember? Remember?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah,
the
yeah,
show's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
partially member berries. So, like what kind of design is that? Dumbo they can't even close his eyes. It's so horrible. It
I don't think so.
the
It
main
looks
character is
interesting to
not
me.
another being main character.
It looks interesting to
If
me.
they didn't call it Star Wars,
They're not going to just turn up. We need to find them.
Okay. I think. Okay. I would watch it not with my own money, but I would watch it. Yeah.
if you have Disney Plus, you can
I
watch it. But
On the high
I think
seas.
they
You have
should
enough.
get rid of the name Star Wars off of it.
All right.
Dumbo the elephant shouldn't have been in there, but I guess it's because it's now Disney Star Wars, he's in there or whatever.
You need an
Right.
adorable
But like,
sidekick.
She's like, you need an
so
adorable
basically what
sidekick.
happens. Oh, so basically what happens is the kid, he's late for school and misses his exam, and the school's like a middle school, high school exit exam, like they got neighborhoods and stuff like it's on Earth. So that takes away the Star Wars feeling of it. So instead of listening to his dad, he goes and off with this girl boss that like, oh, let's go figure out. Oh, I think I found a starship, and they escape this planet, and they don't know how to get back to home, and so they activate a robot, and I guess it takes years after like there's anything, and the planet they live on, they don't know what happens outside of their planet or whatever because the robots that are in charge don't tell them anything, and so
Mhm.
they end up in it's too so far away that they're in like some military, I mean, a bandit planet type of thing with the bar and everything. And they meet by the third episode, they meet a Jedi, and it's like, oh, you're cool. I read about you in my books or whatever. But other than that, if you watch it, it doesn't feel like Star Wars. They should remove the name. Don't even call it lightsabers, call it something else. And right now, I think they're not gonna do a season 2 because it's doing really bad. Um
Mm.
because a lot of people dropped off. Because, like I said, the crutch was naming it Star Wars. They could have called it anything
Mhm.
else, and they probably would have been fine. But if you're going there to expect a Star Wars show, it's not. And I mean, it's fine for like kids or whatever, but it's not Star Wars quality.
Right. All right.
The trailer looks
All right.
okay, but when you actually watch it, it sucks.
Okay. All right. All right. So that being said, I want to tell everybody thank you for watching Our Side of the Table. I am Jay Gervera. This is the Runaway Vagabond and Robot Ocelot,
Robot.
and we will see you guys next week, and we will have a guest. No, we're not gonna. We don't. We'll do spoilers or other stuff. We're not gonna spoil our show. So we'll let you know as we go on. And we just want to say thank you very much for everybody who watched. And we will talk to you later. I just want to say thank you and have a good one.